Hello and welcome to Spruikers, the Caulfield Cup edition, the day after the 1,000 Guineas. Jake, how's your luck? Welcome.
The morning after the day before, Tags. Luck was ordinary yesterday, but it'll turn around this Saturday, I fancy.
It's a wide open Caulfield Cup, and before we come back and check all the prices, it's over to Nat on the news desk.
Thanks, boys. Well, it sounds like you enjoyed the 1,000 Guineas at Caulfield on Wednesday, with Irish Lights taking out the honours. The Luca Comani trained Chima de Triomphe has emerged as the new favourite for Saturday's BMW Caulfield Cup after drawing barrier 11. And Kirklees has also shortened after drawing well in barrier 7, while early favourites Predatory Pricer and Vigour drew the short straws and will run from barriers 16 and 22 respectively. During the week, of course, Speed Gifted and reigning Cox Plate winner Maldivian withdrew from the $2.5 million race. And looking at the weather forecast, and it's been wet and wintry all week in Melbourne, with conditions likely to stay the same for the big race on Saturday. A shower or two predicted with an expected top of 16 degrees. That's it from me, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Nat. Definitely a big week in racing, a massive day out there yesterday and a terrific day out there on Saturday as well. Jake, we've been out there showing our faces amongst the racing fraternity.
We certainly have,
our luck hasn't been fantastic as yet, but we can promise you that we've a bit of value involved in the Caulfield Cup here.
It's about to change.
It's $8.40 to field, and we'll just go through the top few. Chima de Triomphe for $8.40, Kirklees $8.80, Predatory Pricer, the best of the locals, at $9.60, Daffodil $10, the AJC Oaks winner, Vigour $12, LA Wonder, the Toorak Handicap winner, at $16. Jake, it's wide open.
You could throw a blanket over them, one might say, Tags.
Who or which of the many do you fancy?
Well, look, I think as the race nears, the keener I am on the internationals. I think the main query is whether they handle the track or not, but I think internationals have a very good record in the Caulfield Cup, an underrated one, I might say. So I think Chima de Triomphe and Kirklees has got sensational form. It's won its last few, and it's a very handy stayer. Excuse me. And Chima de Triomphe has also run behind See the Stars in the Eclipse. It's run in the Arlington Millions. That's better form than a lot of these, I think, Tags.
It is a lot better form, but how do you assess it based on the fact that neither of these two horses have run in Australia?
True. I don't think it's a strong Caulfield Cup, though, and we've got to remember that last year all the good probably wasn't up to horses like Kirklees and Chima de Triomphe, but he did away with him pretty easily. So going on that kind of theory, I'm pretty confident one of Chima de Triomphe or Kirklees will at least run a place.
They're starting favourites because Maldivian and Speed Gifted have pulled out of the Caulfield Cup. They've opted, or certainly Speed Gifted has opted for the Cox Plate, I should say, en route to the Melbourne Cup. And the best of the locals, Jake, is Predatory Pricer, $9.60. It's a pretty decent price. His form has been very, very good. He looks very strong, and the 2400 looks like it's going to suit.
What's your take on this race, Tags? Are you heading in that way? Or?
Yeah, I'm going to try and find a bit of value. But I think Bart Cummings holds the key to this race. He's got three very, very good horses. He's got one of the top weights and one of the bottom weights, and they're both coming in with pretty good form.
Yeah, they all like the wet too.
They all like the wet, and I think they can all run the distance. So I think he holds the key to this race, and I think the best of his is LA Wonder. Her win in the Toorak was absolutely fantastic, and I think $16 is really good value with 50 kilograms.
Yeah.
And Michelle Payne, she's a cute little thing.
She can ride
a little bit, as Bart said, and I think they might get a really, really nice trail. I think they've drawn barrier 6.
Yeah.
So very, very good value there. LA Wonder, $16. Jake, if you're going to have a look at perhaps an outsider, where would you go?
Oh, there are so many. I think maybe the wet track form is a good place to look. A horse like Harris Tweed, who had form on a bog track in Sydney in the autumn, he's about $60. Even Fiumicino, who couldn't go a yard on a dry track, but in the wet he used to swim. So
it's rated good at the moment. So do we think it's going to get any worse than that?
Well, look, it's Thursday morning, and we're obviously in Melbourne, and it's bucketing down, and that's the forecast over the next few days. So I think it'll be a soft track, and a lot of these horses need that, and they sort of improve on that sort of ground. But look, I think it's value the whole way through the field, so I'm pretty happy to go with one of the ones at the top.
And you're going to take you're going to go for one of the internationals.
Yeah, I think Chima de Triomphe is the one.
Well, I think the good bit about it is Chima de Triomphe does have Oliver on board.
Yeah.
And he knows his way around Caulfield, certainly does. Now we're going to go to Nat with her big spruik of the week.
The Betfair Big Spruik.
Well, guys, I didn't stick with my gut instinct last week and fell off the bandwagon for Star Spangled Banner, so I'm not going to make that same mistake this week. I'm going with Roman Emperor, the other Bart Cummings horse that you guys didn't mention, so that's my Betfair Big Spruik.
Thank you, Nat. Good to go with your gut instinct. She's gone for the one Bart Cummings horse that we didn't look at, Jake, Roman Emperor. I'm going to go for LA Wonder, 50 kilograms. She gets in here very, very light. Bart hasn't won since 1991, the Caulfield Cup. I think it was with Let's Elope, another mare.
Correct.
So I'm going to stick with LA Wonder, Very good each way value at around $16. Jake, what's your Betfair Big Spruik?
Well, I'm reluctant to disagree with Nat because she, of course, tips Star Spangled Banner in the Caulfield Guineas, so should probably piggyback Nat, really. But I'm going for the one at the top, the European Chima de Triomphe. I think it's got form in the Arlington Millions, and it also ran Sea the Stars, the best horse ever in the world.
You're quite stuck on Francesca Cumani as well, aren't you?
Let's not talk about her. I'll start weeping or something, rocking back and forth in the fetal position. Nevertheless, I think Chima de Triomphe is good each way value despite being the favourite. Happy for that to be my Betfair Big Spruik, and I want to wish good luck to all the punters out there, Tags, and to you. Tell
Thank
me
you
about
very
your
much.
Spruik.
I'll need it. I'm going for LA Wonder.
Of course.
Good luck if you're having a bet this week. Thank you, Jake. Thanks for joining us. It's a wide open Caulfield Cup. We'll see you again next week. Thank you.